Hello, my name is Dr. Leena. If you're an Ayurvedic enthusiast or somebody who's interested in Ayurveda, you've probably come across the three doshas. Now, I'm not going to go into all these basics today, but one thing I want to focus on today as we shift into more of a warmer summer season is understanding Pitta dosha. Not just understanding the dosha, but how does this manifest in the way that we do things, how that we think, how we behave, and how this integrates into our daily life so that it is practical. My goal here is to make Ayurveda into a practical understanding of things that you can understand and you can do on your own that makes sense. So let's look at Pitta dosha. Pitta dosha is the dosha of fire and intensity. Now, when you shift into the summer season, you'll see that the sunlight gets more intense, the UV gets more intense, the days become longer, and the heat of the sun becomes hotter. You'll feel that. So when this happens in the environment, as Pitta increases, this also affects our own system. So I want you to think of an example of when it starts to feel hot outside. What do you feel? How does this change your body? How does this change your mood? How does this change how you go about your day? When you feel hot in your car and you're driving after work, do you start to get irritated, angry, maybe frustrated? Maybe you feel hot. Maybe some people, get hives on their skin. There's many manifestations of this Pitta dosha. But I want you to think, what does this do to you? What changes for you? So when we look at Pitta dosha is essentially the elements of fire and water. So think of fire, intense, bright. It's the energy for transformation. Now, one thing that's always important is that we should not look at doshas as something as bad or good. They are simply qualities. And when these qualities work for your benefit and for your nature and in balance, they have an amazing force about them. When this force becomes too much in excess, now we start looking at imbalances, health issues, and things like that. So let's look at Pitta dosha, which is the quality of fire and water. And Pitta dosha, I'll share this as resource down below the link. You can't see it as clearly. But Pitta dosha is the dosha that drives intensity, motivation, momentum. When we're go, 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 when we're in our doing mode, this is our Pitta force at work. Now, this might manifest also as feeling warm in the body, as feeling organized and, like I said, driven to get things done. Pitta people are often people who are maybe type A personality, or is more the doers, or the people that enjoy intensity, and they are very good at what they do. They're often very focused, and they're often usually pretty bright people as well. So when Pitta dosha is in balance, it is working to create momentum and productivity, and we feel good about that. However, when Pitta dosha starts to go off balance and becomes too much, people start to get too intense in the sense, I'll keep working and try to finish my work. I'll stay up all night. I need to get it done. Don't eat, don't sleep. You start pushing, and that starts to push the body beyond a certain capacity. We start to feel more angry and frustrated. Road rage is a perfect example of Pitta dosha increasing in the summer. And we start to feel more of that heat and frustration, and we start to get, put off very easily. Think of this like the volcano, the high blood pressure when I get really angry and upset. So when Pitta dosha increases, it starts to manifest as this way. It might also manifest if you're someone who likes structure and very organized. If something is not put in the right place, this drives you crazy. And you have to clean and organize to try to have control over the situation. So Pitta manifests as that as well. In the body, Pitta might manifest as high blood pressure, heartburn, acid reflux, burning sensations in the body, inflammation, maybe some puffiness around joints, like arthritis might show up as that. It might show up as skin, redness in the skin, rosacea, acne, hives. These are some of the ways that Pitta will show up in your body and mind. So now the important thing is when we understand Pitta dosha and we can start to see those changes in our body that start to happen as we enter into summer, now we need to work on ways to calm ourselves and cool us down. So if this sounds like you, there's a couple of things that you can do that help you feel calm and cool. And we're not going to go into detail because there is so much wealth of information out there, but it's important to pick a few things that can help calm and cool you down. And one of those things is just first observing Pitta, paying attention to where I feel that intensity increasing and what should I do about it. Instead of pushing and try to get things done, maybe you need to take a break. Maybe you need to step outside and get some cool and fresh air. Or maybe you need to just cool down, take a breather, right? So that's a lifestyle thing that you can do. It might also involve, one thing that I'd love to do is having a little rose spritz. You can buy those rose sprays in health food stores or grocery stores, and you just do a couple of spritzes over your face. And this instantly calms you down. It's refreshing, but especially rose, anything of a floral essence has a beautiful calming quality. This is amazing for cooling down Pitta in the summer. So that's another factor, another thing that you can do. The other thing is in diet. We're not going to go into diet here, but you can easily do a cooling and calming drink to help calm you down. When there's too much fire, intensity, and heat, we need hydration. A simple thing would be coconut water. If that's something that you like, drinking more coconut water, or it could be some cucumbers in your water. Cucumbers are naturally cooling. So when you can incorporate a couple of these things on a regular basis, when you can identify that Pitta dosha is your main dosha out of balance, as you enter the summer, now you have a few tools to help keep you feel more in balance, and to help keeping you feel happy and cool in your body and mind.